Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy KAIO and I'm back again this time to give you another One Piece video, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys my review of One Piece chapter 1007. So I'm going to start off with the big major thing that everyone is talking about right now, and that is Oden. Now I will say this, before the chapter came out, literally like a couple of days before, it just so happens that the one time that I do look on Twitter I do see a thumbnail with Oden in it. Now, my initial thoughts were, oh, are we getting another thing to do with Oden? Maybe like a different flashback or something like that. Or maybe it's like a big memory or something like big and revealing that's going on right now that Oden's going to give us, which, you know, correlates to what's going on right now. And so it makes it, you know, a bit more like happier and a bit more like, yeah, okay, cool. So could have been something to do with Zoro, because I did predict that maybe Zoro might get in a bit of fight with Kaido, and then Kaido might have this, like, you know, flashback to Oden, and it's like he's seeing Oden and like Zoro because of Enma and everything like that. So that's initially what I thought it was, but still it was something I didn't really want to see, but it was my own fault, so I do hold my hands up on that one. But then when I did go and read the chapter yesterday, it was not what I expected, and when I first read it, I was pissed. I was not happy whatsoever, because I know Oda doesn't like to kill characters, but when you have someone like Oden who had the greatest flashback within One Piece, we get to see Goldie Roger and Whitebeard clash. Oden clashed with both of them at different points. And then you have possibly one of the greatest, like, top 5 moments within One Piece. It's definitely within my top 5. But the man standing there in a cooking, boiling pot, holding the Akazaya 9 up on his own, while bleeding and everything, for a good hour. And then he gets killed after delivering, you know, his speech and everything, and he dies smiling. Always a cool way to go out, I must say, anyway. Only for this to happen, and I was fuming. I was like, nah, this is going to give me, like, a different outlook on Wano, because for one, I don't want Oden to be alive. Like, don't get me wrong, I've got people that can vouch for me. I absolutely love Oden. I'm a big fan of him. Like, he's in my top 5 characters in One Piece. But then to have this happen, it would just ruin Wano for me, like, completely. Because don't get me wrong, we've had some really good moments, but when you've got the man Kazuki Oden dead and then looking like he's alive, that just doesn't sit right with me. And I'm glad I'm not the only person, because I did look at some other, like, views on Twitter. I didn't want to look at any other, like, YouTube videos, because that's just not me. I like to get my stuff done first, then I'll look at what other people say, and they're in the same boat. Like, from what I've seen, I haven't seen, like, a lot of people. Like, I think I've more seen people being on, like, the how are you going to do this, Oda? One being, well, a character that I thought it was most likely going to be, but then thinking about it, I don't want to rule her out, but it could potentially happen. Then you've got the character which I do think it is, which is another character everyone's talking about, because it's so obvious. They're like the only 2 characters. And I don't think it's another character because he's in Impelled Down, that being, you know, Bon Clay, Mr. 2. Don't think it's him whatsoever. Why would he even want to be on Wano? Like, I know he's, you know, really good friends with Luffy, but unless Oda wants to bring him back into the story, he's got, like, no connection to the Akazaya 9. Same thing with the first person that I'm going to bring up, which is Katrina Devon, who is part of the Blackbeard Pirates. We know what she did with Absalom, and, you know, she fooled Moria with it, and then she revealed herself. But then it's the same thing. What's the connection with the Akazaya 9? At the end of the day, she's never, like, ever seen Oden. Unless Blackbeard's there, I don't know why he'd be sending any of his lackeys there. I know, obviously, he sent Jesus Burgess to Dressrosa. Luffy was there and everything, but that was only just there just to get Ace's Devil Fruit, which obviously didn't happen. So why would Katrina Devon be there unless there's some of the other lackeys there? But then I think if you've got 2 Yonko there and this is a big war, then you're going to want to chuck Blackbeard in there, who's another fellow Yonko, because this could turn, like, for the worst. So I don't want to rule them out, but I don't think this goes well. I think it just wouldn't make sense, personally. Now, the other person I think it could be is Kandro, and I think the big person is Kandro here, because we all know what the man is capable of, and he actually served under Oden alongside the Akazaya 9 all those years ago. So if anyone's going to be able to do, like, huge drawings and everything, it is going to be him, and he is sick-minded. When you look at the way Orochi was, and the way the rest of that family was, they're all bonkers. They're off their nut continuously. Like, it's like they're on something as soon as they're born. So, looking at Kandro here, it just makes sense that he'd want to play a sick joke. He'd want to get the Akazaya 9 when they're down, and the one person that they would be shocked by it and taken back would be by Oden. So, yeah, I think it's him. And the way that he's addressing, saying, yeah, I've been waiting for you. You guys look a lot older. But Oden hasn't changed. And then there's the other thing that I saw, which was going on Twitter, the possibility of Toki sending him into the future. But then that just completely just mucks everything up, because then if that's the real Oden that we're seeing now, then who was the Oden that we saw back then? If that's the real Oden, then obviously the guy took a bullet to the head, but he's not dead. Unless the guy's got like a forehead made of steel where a bullet just can't go through it, then if it's the real Oden, then who is that Oden that was at that point? Anyway, why would you go through all of that in the flashback to then show Oden now? And then the other thing struck me, which is why I think it is Chrollo and that he is not the real Oden, is because he has his swords with him. Zoro has one of the swords, Momonosuke has the other. Where have these two swords come from? Why would Oden give up his two, like, babies to, like, not have them now? So I think it's definitely a fake out. I would be really annoyed. I'm pretty sure the whole fan base would be annoyed if Oden was alive. Don't get me wrong, we all love Oden. Oden's a cool character, but just, it's one of those, you know, like the meme of Jonah Hill. Not one of those moments. Nah, just don't want it to happen. Anyway, so, yeah, that is my thoughts on the Oden part. It's Chrollo. And if it's something else, then, I don't know, Oda, what have you got in store? What is your plan? You did the same thing with the whole, like, future, past, and everything like that. People wondering how you're going to do that because it's very risky. This is also one of those points where it's very risky, including the amnesia thing, but you sorted both those out. They say it comes in threes, so let's see what you've got in store for us on that. Anyway, I'm going to move back earlier on in the chapter now with Chopper. I did say in my predictions that I reckon Chopper will get to Hirogoro before the death happens, and he did. And he did it in a really good way. Like the fact that he managed to get like a cannon, just shoot his own like virus into the air to tackle the other virus. Kind of what we need right now in the world. But anyway, we need that. We need Chopper to be in the real world to sort that out for us. Just get like a big cannon, just shoot it all over the world, and we're all good. But anyways, going into One Piece, yeah, like he managed to actually combat the actual virus that's going on and is managing to like kill everyone. And it seems that everyone's now coming over to the side of the good. Well, Chopper's side here, because man, Queen went in on everyone. Like he went mad. Transforms, they're asking for his help, and he's like, nah, you guys are just expendable, like we don't care what happens to you, and it doesn't matter whether you die or if you never got one of those artificial devil fruits. The waiters are met like, you're not getting nothing. The gifters, like, yeah, it just doesn't care about anyone. And so they're like, well, why are we going to want to stick with you? We're just going to go over to this way. Like, we thought these guys, like, you know, they're bad, but I'd rather be on someone's side where I know I'm, you know, most likely going to live but then die, rather than just dying for no reason under your command. And then Chopper delivers the biggest slap I've ever seen. We finally got a Chopper moment. He didn't just deliver the virus, but he also slapped Queen with the help of Marco. Marco and everyone else is calling the raccoon dog. We know that joke. We've heard it ever since Chopper's come into the series. Marco's holding him. We see Chopper take a rumble ball and just gives him a whack, like the biggest whack you've ever seen. I don't think Queen's gonna literally be knocked out from that, but I think he's got a good slap. That was literally a bitch slap, if I'm honest with you. Kind of wish that Chopper would have come in with the backhand. That would have been fun, but then it would have looked like a tennis match. Yeah, that would have been too comical, but I would have liked that. That would have been fun, but that's just something I've enjoyed. But anyways, they're the main two things that I wanted to touch upon in this chapter. Mainly the Oden stuff. As you can see, it's taken up a lot of time, like within this video, but it is a big major talking point here. We have got a break, and we will have to wait. Knowing Oda, he probably will take us to somewhere else. Like, we'll probably go to Robin, or we'll go back up to the rooftop, and he'll just leave us with like the Oden situation. But then, who did heal them? Who repaired them? Did the person come in and then dip? Wasn't Oden? 100% no. Was it Toki? Is there someone that's come in? Because who else would be crying? Oden wouldn't be crying. Chrollo wouldn't be crying unless he's feeling really bad for everything that he's done, because he's he's part of the psycho, like the cuckoo lot. So I don't think it's him that actually healed them. So hopefully we'll find out who it was. I just hope we get this reveal thing. Like, please just go straight on in with it when we come back. That's the best way I can see of doing this. But no, Oda, he won't. So overall, great chapter. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys anything I had to say and you enjoyed this video, smash the video with a thumbs up. Make sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, what you thought of the chapter and whole Oden situation. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys never ever miss a post. And I'll see you guys for the next video. So until then, see ya.